Welcome back, my dear learners. Let us complete William Wordsworth to Milton or London 1802. In the last video, I had concluded or I had finished the explanation of the octave, but unfortunately I could not say thank you, my dear learners, for watching my video. Why? Because all of a sudden my mobile phone stopped working, but fortunately I had completed the explanation. Now let's continue and look at the last 6 lines of this sonnet. Thy soul was like a star and dwelt apart. Here he draws a line of distinction between the common English people and John Milton. He says that John Milton was not like a common man. He was huge. He was something great, so great that he says that his soul was like a star. Being the part of the common humanity, being the part of the masses, he was no longer a common man. He was not a common man. He was just like a star whose dwelling was far above this earth, high in the heaven among the stars, just like Matthew Arnold says or speaks about William Shakespeare in his sonnet Shakespeare. In the same manner here, William Wordsworth says that Milton was not a common man. He was something great. He was so great that he was like a star, and he lived with the stars high above in heaven. He says, thou hadst a voice whose sound was like a star. And now in the second line, he compares John Milton. He compares the magnitude, he compares the might, he compares the potential of John Milton to a limitless and bottomless ocean. He says, you have that force and magnitude of the voice and sound of the ocean. See how beautifully in the first 2 lines of the sestet, Milton has been compared to a star and to the mighty ocean, 2 elements of the nature. See, pure as the naked heavens, majestic, free, so didst thou travel on life's common way. So he says, now in the 3rd line, he's compared to the heavens, means to the sky, that Milton was as vast, as broad, as great, just as the sky. So in the 1st line, compared to star, 2nd line, ocean, 3rd line, sky. See the greatness of the Milton. So you can say that here, by making this kind of a mighty comparison, huge comparison, here William Wordsworth is paying his high regard or paying his homage to this great English poet, great English writer, that is John Milton. So though he was so great, even then he never lost his touch with the common people of England, with the common mass of England. He was the part of mass. Being so huge and great, even then he found himself greatly grounded, found himself deeply rooted. He says, so didst thou travel on life's common way. So he says, though he was so great, even then he succeeded in maintaining his touch with the common, with the vulgar, vulgar breath of England. See this. In cheerful godliness, and yet thy heart, the lowliest duties on herself did lay. So he says, though Milton was so great, so gigantic in his stature, in his personality, in his doing, even then Milton was a common man. His heart was full of cheerfulness. His heart was full of cheerfulness. He maintained his touch and connection with the common people of England. So being uncommon, being absolutely extraordinary, he remained ordinary and lived his life just like a commoner, just like a common man, just like an ordinary man. So see how William Wordsworth has concluded in this poem, this very particular poem, how here he has just let us finally know why has he addressed John Milton in the first line of this poem. Why does he want Milton to become alive? Why? Because only a man with the stature of John Milton can restore England. With all that England has lost now. Only it is Milton who can raise England, who can again make England as great as it was at a time. Thank you, my dear learners. I hope this video of mine will help you understand this beautiful poem in much better light.